Councillor Newman again. Councillor Baker to second. Did you want to? I think this is a really important one. I'd like to just I'd like you to go through the presentation or just a high level.
Okay, great. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mark Dendale from Plans and Places. So this report relates to making provisions operative for Crater Hill, Ngakapua, Kauora, and Pukaki Peninsula in Mangere. So those of you that know where it is, it's right just northeast of the airport, Papatoetoe to the east, and Mangere residential to the north. It comprises essentially of Crater Hill, which is on the right-hand side of that those red circles, and Pukaki Peninsula on the left. Oops, sorry. Looking a little bit closer. So we have two bits of land here, Pukaki on the left. The council, in its proposed plan, proposed to rezone open space conservation for the Pukaki crater, which is located over there, and rural production along the remainder of Pukaki Peninsula, with an outstanding natural feature over the majority of the crater, and then moving on to the to Crater Hill on the eastern side. Look. So this Crater Hill, also a rural production zone, with the Crater Lake being a conservation open space conservation zone. So the appellants were looking to move the rub, which is this broken black line over here, around, come on, there we go, this broken black line. They wanted to shift the rural-urban boundary to the coast and replace largely the rural production zone with a future urban zone. And then on the Crater Hill side, they were the appellants were seeking to move the rub, which is that broken black line there, running along the southwestern motorway and then back to the coast. They were seeking to move that line to the coast as well, and then introduce some residential zones along the flanks of the volcano here, some residential zone. So that's what we went to the courts with, and there were numerous hearings. We had 2 Environment Court hearings and 2 High Court hearings. The outcome of the legal process is that, well, the court decided in favour of the council, so the RUD will remain where it is, and the rural zones will remain as they are, and the precinct provisions, which were introduced as part of the proposed plan, and which provide safeguards for development occurring on this land, are safe, if you like. So effectively, the precinct will ensure that special qualities of the area are safeguarded, the cultural, spiritual, and values and relationship of Te Akitai Waihua, who are mana whenua for this area, are also retained. And of course, importantly, the high-quality soils are protected, as well as the archaeological, geological, landscape, and ecological values. I have a few very nice pictures, which I'll run through very quickly. There we go. So that's a picture of Crater Hill, looking eastwards, with Papatoetoe in the background, and you can see it's a large extent of land, 113 hectares, primarily pasture, with a little bit of, sorry, can you just, sorry about that. Thank you. So primarily pasture, and about 113 hectares in extent, turning 180 degrees, and you look at Pukaki Peninsula, which is just over 100 hectares of rural production land, and with the Pukaki crater, with the outstanding natural feature on that side. The airport is just out of picture to the left, and the Pukaki Marae here on the coastal edge, with Maori purpose, special purpose zone extending over here. So just going to the other side. That Pukaki Crater here and Pukaki Peninsula here, airport just to the left, and Mangere in the distance there. So that's another picture looking northwards of Pukaki Peninsula. So effectively, the council got what it wanted, what it was after. A significant amount of work went into this by the council. Firstly, we put together the Puinui structure plan, which was largely a large piece of work looking at every aspect of this area. Te Akita Waihua produced a cultural heritage assessment along with cultural landscape maps, which were introduced into the plan and are part of the unitary plan at the moment. And so the council concluded when it issued its decision that this area should remain outside the rural-urban boundary. The courts, after this long legal process, was in favour, and essentially they felt that the council provisions for Crater Hill addressed and protected the values relating to outstanding natural features, addressed the soils with high productive potential, archaeology and cultural matters, and also for Pukaki Peninsula, these provisions address the potential significant adverse effects of and risks associated with urban development. They protected the soils with high productive potential and cultural values. That's the end of my story. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mark. And just want to acknowledge, I think this might have been the first trip we did as a council when I first was elected to the governing body. So that was just over 6 years ago. It's been a phenomenal amount of work from you all. And it shows persistence on really important matters like this matters. So thank you and all the team who worked on it for a phenomenal result. Member Ashby has a question. And just, I'm sorry, Councillor Newman, I forgot Councillor Filipina would like to move. Did you want to second or? Cool. Member Ashby.
Thank you. I just really want to commend the council for delivering this great outcome and the partnership approach with Te Akita Waihua. I know a lot of effort and care and energy went into it, so I just think, I don't actually have a question, I'm just being cheeky. Just, yeah, well done. So, kia ora.
Kia ora. Councillor Baker went there as many years ago on a school trip. You didn't have your mic on. Councillor Darby.
Well, at least Councillor Baker's war story was very short. It was good. Succinct. Look, I just also do want to commend our team, and a few of them are here. They have been successful based on some really good evidence, but the partnership that Edward, Member Ashby refers to, has been critical in this as well. I do recall that field trip we went on there, but I also recall growing up in South Auckland and not knowing this place. And I used to cycle past this as a kid. I explored all that estuary because you couldn't see into it. And the day I went to had the field trip, I was absolutely stunned by that landscape, like blown away, and thought, wow, how can anybody have the idea that it can be anything different than be improved in its naturalness? So I just want to reiterate the importance of the work that our staff have done with Mana Whenua and others, but it's our team, Mana Whenua and our experts have been successful here, and this is a tremendous legacy. So I really do mean to please take this back to the various people that have worked on this. This is a terrific outcome. Absolutely terrific outcome.
Kia ora, thank you, Councillor. Right, all those in favour? Aye. Anyone opposed? Perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Now, we cannot lose anyone else, otherwise we'll lose a quorum, so we will go through these as quickly as